y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marissa Ray. Thank you for tuning in today. So on today's agenda, we're going to be talking all about hair porosity, which this is actually something that I'm just now becoming familiar with, and I decided to share because I think it's important to learn what type of hair you have and what products are going to work best with your hair, essentially. So by the way, I did just get done finishing this braid out, and I think it turned out super cute. So if you want to see how I achieved it, then click the link down below in the description box. It will be there so you can check it out. All right, so let's get into hair porosity. Hair porosity is basically your hair's ability to absorb, maintain, and hold oils or moisture. It's basically determined, or porosity is basically determined by the outer cuticle of your hair, which is like the outer strands of your hair, and how well moisture can seep into those strands and actually penetrate the shaft of your hair. So there are three different types of porosity. There's low porosity, medium porosity, and then there's high porosity. I personally think I have low porosity hair, but I haven't tried it yet. That's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to get into the types of ways we can try it later. But low porosity hair is basically where your hair does not want to absorb moisture quickly or easily, and once your hair does get the moisture in it, it's harder for the hair, or it's harder for the moisture to get outside of the hair. Products that are good for low porosity hair would be products that have like really high moisture rich oils, such as like mineral oil, coconut oil, all these different types of good oils. Those are good for low porosity hair. What you do kind of want to stay away from if you have low porosity hair is things like that have a lot of protein in it. At least frequently, you don't want to use those. So maybe like once a month, if you want to do a protein mask, you can do that, just not too often, because it can actually more so damage your hair than do your hair justice or do it any good. Medium porosity hair has a more moderate or steady flow of moisture absorbability. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's able to absorb moisture a little bit better than medium or than low porosity hair. Medium porosity hair is pretty good because it's like a balance between the two. So it can take moisture, it can take a lot of styling, it can take a lot of processing to an extent. Of course, you don't want to overdo it, but basically it's a good medium ground. Again, with medium porosity hair, you will want to avoid doing a lot of protein treatments. You can deep condition often, which will be good because it's going to penetrate the shaft of your hair, like below that top cuticle layer of the hair. Deep conditioning is good, and also products that have good heavy oils in them. High porosity hair can be a bit tricky because it has like gaps and little openings in the cuticle layer of your hair, so therefore moisture and any products that you would use would like seep in easily but also pass out easily, so your hair would dry up very quickly, a lot quicker than low porosity or even medium porosity. Someone who has high porosity hair can do more frequent protein treatments, such as like twice a month, maybe even once a week. It just depends on your hair, you know. And also deep conditioners are good, and then leave-in conditioners like on a daily basis. That way you are constantly putting that moisture back into your hair. Super important if you have high porosity hair. So let's get into how we are going to test our porosity today, or how I'm going to test it. The one test that I saw on the internet is a float test, which basically you will put a clean strand of your hair, like maybe from a brush or when you detangle it in the shower or something like that. Put a clean piece of your hair in a cup of water. If it floats at the top, then you have low porosity hair, obviously, because it's hard for that water to sink in and bring it down to the bottom. If it's in the middle, then you kind of have like medium porosity hair, and if it goes all the way down to the bottom, you have high porosity hair. Obviously, the moisture is really getting into the hair shaft. There are a couple of different other ways to test porosity. The two other ways, one is if you were to take one strand of your hair and oh, my battery's gonna die. But you take one strand of your hair and you basically slide it in between your fingers, and if you feel little bumps or little gaps in, like, you know, you'll feel a little bump or something on your hair shaft, then you more than likely will have high porosity hair. If it's super smooth, then more than likely you have low porosity hair. The other test is the spray bottle test. So basically you would spray your hair with water. If the water droplets, like you see droplets of water sitting on top of your hair when you spray it with water, you more than likely have low porosity hair. And if the droplets like sink in and it looks smooth, then more than likely you have high porosity hair. Alright, so now we are about to do the test on myself. So I have a little cup of water here, just plain old tap water. And this is a piece of hair that I had from just some shedding hair, like when I was in the shower the other day. So I'm going to take a piece of it, just a piece of my hair. And here we go. Now I'm not going to lie, oh, are these 2 pieces or 1 piece? Oh, that's 2 pieces, okay. So I'm just taking a fine strand. Y'all probably cannot even see it, because my hair is not all black. Yeah, y'all probably cannot see this, but it's literally, oh, there you go. Now you can see it. See that tiny piece of my hair? Alright, so I'm going to take this piece of hair and put it in the water like this. And it's floating. It's currently floating. It has not, well, I'm gonna just let it sit for a little bit, because you're supposed to let it sit for just a tad bit. After that, that'll tell you what type of porosity it is. So I'm gonna just add another piece just because I want to see what it's gonna do. It's floating. I figured I had low porosity. I just figured, I knew it, because it's not going to the bottom. So can y'all see the hair in there? Notice how that piece of hair is just floating right at the top. It is not sinking to the bottom. It's floating right at the top. Maybe if I do like this. There we go. It's floating right at the top. So that lets you know that I have low porosity hair. One thing I did want to mention really quick, y'all, is there's a certain website that I went to that was very helpful with helping me determine what type of porosity my hair was. So do your own research. It's super helpful just to do a Google search, but I'll let y'all know what website I went to. It's naturalclub.com, and this is what came up. And it goes just into further detail about what other types of products are good for your type of hair. Also, basically how other ways that you can test your hair. I did mention those, but if you want some more knowledge about them, definitely do some more research. Or, of course, there's plenty of YouTube videos that you can see. So, of course, just do your own research and then figure it out for yourself. And so the main reason I wanted to do that video is because I really wanted to see what type of products I need for my hair. And things like rice water, protein masks, your DIY home mask with like eggs and all that stuff in it. That stuff you do not, for me, I will not be using frequently now that I know what type of hair I do have. And hopefully this will help better my health and growth, my hair health and growth journey, because yeah, I want my hair really long, so I need to be able to take care of it and know what products are good for me. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little testing session with me. Test it out at home, that way you can see what type of products work for you and what's going to really help your hair to grow longer and stronger and better than ever. Test it out. Let me know down in the comments what your results are, or even, you know, message me on Instagram, whatever the case. Let me know if this was helpful to y'all. I hope you really did enjoy. Follow me on Instagram at marissa.w. It will be on the screen here, also down below in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I think that's all I have for y'all today. So yeah, catch me in my next video. Bye.